So I'd like to talk about the beginning of the universe, and I think it's a fascinating subject, and it's something that I think it's important to have some ideas about because we as Christians get attacked so many times with anti-Christian philosophies that I think it's a good thing to understand where we stand in terms of reality. Because if you talk to people and they start ridicule you for your faith and say that it has been proven by science, for example, that there is no God, or there couldn't possibly be God, or there isn't anything else outside of the universe, or only materialism exists. I think it's an indefensible position, especially when you say only the materialism exists, because even to use your thought to say that materialism exists, I'd like anyone to show me where their thought is on the periodic table, because you're using your immaterial thought to argue for materialism and against immaterialism, or against the metaphysical reality, which I think people really need to start think about these things, especially as Christians, because it gives us a chance to engage with other people and not necessarily think that our worldview is silly. Because as I mentioned, in truth, if Christianity is true, like C.S. Lewis said, then it is of utmost importance. If it's not, then it is of no importance. And there is something in philosophy which is called the cosmological argument. And in philosophy, the way you frame an argument is you have two premises and a conclusion. Well, you need at least two premises and a conclusion. So in the cosmological argument, the first premise is everything that began to exist was caused by something. And the second premise is the universe had a beginning. Therefore, the beginning of the universe was caused by something. But for something to be true, it has to be correct, logically speaking. And it's not just logically speaking, it has to be true. The premises have to be true as well. So the question is, are the premises true? Is it true that everything that began to exist needed a cause? Or is it true that the universe had a beginning? Because if these two things are true, then it necessarily follows that the beginning of the universe was caused by something is also necessarily true. See, that everything that had a beginning had a cause is actually based on something called the law of causality, which is one of the basic laws of physics. Without it, physics is impossible. If there is one thing that we know about physics, about reality, that things don't happen without a cause. You do need a cause for everything. You need a cause for waking up in the morning. You need a cause for breathing. You need a cause for anything, really. You can't tell me anything that happens without a cause or that doesn't need a cause to happen. Even our existence has been caused by something. Our existence has been caused by our parents coming together. So it's really important to, I think, discuss whether the universe had a beginning or not. Because at least where Christianity or the claims of Christianity stand. Because there are so many religions who claim that their religion is true. But see, for any worldview, any religion, if you will, for it to be even a contender to be true, it has to match reality. It has to be able to explain reality. So if you have a religion that says that the universe is eternal, and we know if we can infer from science that the universe isn't eternal, then all of those religions are out of the window. They cannot be contenders. That's one of the things about these Friday sessions, that a person can talk to others about their worldview without necessarily invoking their sacred scriptures. And I think it just gives an interesting platform to have a really good discussion about these things with others without necessarily bringing religions into the conversation, because not everybody might be ready to have those kind of conversations. So next week, because I don't want to start these to talk about these premises, whether the universe had a beginning, because that would make the video far too long. So next week we're going to talk about why we think the universe had a beginning, and therefore see if we can bring Christianity one step closer to being truth. See you all next week.